Hey guys, Jim Collects here and welcome to another unboxing and review video. Today we've got something pretty special. We have the Hot Toys DX13 T-800 battle damage version from Terminator 2. Let's get stuck in and see what he's like. Without further ado, so first of all, the box art really nice. I like how they've tailored the front of the box to look a bit like a leather jacket with the bullet holes throughout it as well. You've got a nice glossy kind of metallic finish to the T-800. As well as to the battle damage, DX13, and then the various logos at the bottom. It is a flip top box. Just a quick look towards the back. Pretty simple on the back, just a strip down here. This is just a sticker, just with all of the warning, choking hazards, and so on and so forth. And then you've got T-800, DX13, and then another metallic little bit on the side. Alright, so we flip the cover up, and that reveals this little insert. This bit, this is like a piece of leather. I don't know, is this from the leather jacket from the film? I'd be really surprised if it was. If it is, let me know in the comments, but I'm not really sure. So anyway, we get this little plaque, lift this up, nice foam box, and this shows the figure itself. So awesome. So on the left here, we have obviously Arnie with his two head sculpts. Inside here, we will have the, we used to call him Liquid Metal Man, but the T-1000 will be in here as well, and we've got various accessories. So if we lift Arnie out, there we go, he comes in a separate piece here. You can lift that off, and there we can see the figure. So obviously he comes with two head sculpts, one more damaged than the other. There's a PERS system in here, so both eyes are movable, the two eyes here and a single eye here, and I believe this lights up. We've also then got various hands as well and some spare wrist pegs, but we'll have a closer look at that in a minute. Right then, let's start off with having a look at the T-1000 piece you get with it. There we go. Alright, so interestingly, he does actually have a movable head, so that's actually has some articulation. So obviously this is just after he's reformed in the movie. I believe it's just after the liquid nitrogen scene where he freezes and reforms. I can't remember, it's been probably about 6 months since I last watched this film. He's designed so you can put Arnie's arm through here, just like a fight scene in the film as well. A really nice piece. Mine has a couple of issues with it. It's got, I don't know if you can see, a bit of paint rub here as well, and in a couple other places, but overall it's a really cool little addition. Right then, so next, I like this. So obviously this is an older piece. This seems to be like a cleaning, wiping microfiber cloth that would have come with the piece back in the day. You don't really see this anymore, but I really appreciate that they would have included this. This is pretty cool. Instruction manual, which I might actually read for this one. Next we have the base. Really cool base on this one, which I believe has a light up function. So yeah, you put batteries in the back here, then these little lights which move. The lights actually, you can angle the light. I did not know that. That's really cool. But they light up, and then it's got your plaque T-800 Terminator 2 DX right there as well. Nice base, love it. Next then, we do have a spare jacket. This isn't just a spare jacket, there is a point to this. So he does have the damaged arm, as a lot of people have probably seen before. This is the jacket that you have for the damaged arm, as you can see here. This is a pleather jacket, so there's been lots of issues with this flaking. You can see actually my one has a little bit of an issue there where it's just showing a bit of its age, but overall pretty good condition, no major flaking, so pretty happy with that. Right then, finally in this last compartment here we have all the guns. We'll take a closer look at those in a minute, and of course we do have the metal spear. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to get all the accessories out and we're going to take a look at them one by one. Alright, so here we have the T-800 and pretty much, well, actually everything that he comes with laid out here for us to see. As you can see, plethora of hands. Hands are lovely and detailed. I'll show you those in a minute. And also we've got a few weapons that he can use as well. So the first thing we'll start off with is the least interesting. So this is just I'm gonna call this a metal pole. I'm not actually sure what the real name of this is that he uses, and then is used against him by the T-1000 towards the end of the film. It stabbed through him and he's powered down before he repowers himself up. So yep, nice piece for them to add. Nice paint applications, looks metallic even though it's a pliable plastic. Right, next we have the machine gun. I'm not going to name the names of the guns because I don't know guns. I don't know exactly what type of assault rifle this is, but this is nicely done. It's a basic black. You can see some details on the gun there as well, just on the side, which is quite nice. It doesn't do much, doesn't reload. This doesn't really move. The pistol does have some working motions, and so does the grenade launcher, which we'll look at now. So here we go. Here is his trusty grenade launcher. Nicely done piece. Again, nice dry brushing here as well to give it a metallic effect. It does open, and it has got a grenade loaded in it as well. And then it just locks up with a locking mechanism like that. Mechanism. And then you can see as well just the aiming reticle right there. So yeah, that is a grenade launcher. Now we've got the pistol. Pistol does a nice reload motion, and also the magazine comes out as well. Nicely detailed. It's a cool 80s looking pistol. Nicely painted, nice metallic look to it. Of course, then we do have the grenade rounds as well that you can slot into this here, and you can put that over the figure. Again, nicely done. Pretty basic, just kind of a bronzy gold color with the silver strip around it. But yeah, nice addition. Then we have the leather jacket, the second one as well. Nicely detailed. You can see the bullet holes, and I thought this was quite an interesting detail, but the bullet holes go all the way through the jacket, so it's not just superficial damage here as well. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but you can see some kind of blood marks on the jacket as well, where he would have bled. So in terms of actual detail, I'd say this is probably one of the best figures that I've seen from Hot Toys, or any 6 figure. Obviously, I'm new into the hobby, so my knowledge is relatively limited. All right, here is his swap out arm piece. Again, like the end of the film. The detailing, let's see if you can see, like, can I get that close enough? Let's have a look. Like the wetness, like you can see around the damaged flesh here. The metal has kind of a red tinge to it, where it would have been covered in blood as well. Obviously this is all plastic, not metal, but fantastic detailing on this. Really nicely done. We'll go into head sculpts in a minute. Right, so as I said, the hands, I'll grab a couple of these just so you can kind of see it. The hands, the amount of detail they have put into these hands is astonishing. Like this thing here, you can see the endoskeleton poking through the end of his index finger, and then you can see just the paintwork, all the blood, all the metal underneath. It's the same on the thumbs up hands, which is probably my favorite hand from that really sad scene at the end. But brilliant. And again, you can see endoskeleton through the middle finger there. Incredible detail. Absolutely fantastic. Right then, we'll move on to, I was going to call this a battle damage head sculpt, but they're both battle damage, but this is the more damage of the head sculpts, and it is just phenomenal. Like, considering this, I'm not sure how old it is, considering how old it is and how good the quality of the figures are these days, the work they've done on this is brilliant. Likeness to Arnie, fantastic. The amount of details, again, just in the destroyed skin, you can see all the mechanic works there as well. All of the shiny, the dry brush, and like the metallic paints as well. Even the hair, like luckily he's blessed with short hair, but even the hair is nicely sculpted. And even on the back here, you've got this bit where the chip would have gone as well. He does have a moving eye. This just pops off quite easily. You've got a switch here that obviously works the electric eye. I haven't got the batteries in it just yet. And then you have the eye system, the PERS system, I believe it's PERS, in here, which you can just use this pole, pop it in there, and it will just rotate. Can you see that? Rotate the eye around as well, which is awesome. Love it. I'm glad that Hot Toys is including that feature in more of their releases now. I think, well, it looks like all of their future releases, but it was about time they did that. Right then, what we're going to do now is we're going to have a quick look at this. This is a nice companion piece. I really like it. This is back when, I've heard, do you know what? I haven't seen the newest DXs, but I've heard people say this is back when DXs were DXs, and I can kind of see what they mean based on this. Amazing piece to add to it. Call it a companion piece almost. It's almost a separate figure, although obviously it is more of a statue, apart from the head articulation. Paintwork's really nice. Again, it does have some scuffs where you can kind of see through to it, but I think that's nothing, that's something that could probably quite easily fix. But yeah, brilliant piece to have. Love it. Right then, moving on to Arnie himself. There we go. All right, so just quickly, back of mine, got a bit of bunching up on the leather jacket here. Whether that's meant to be like that, I'm not very sure. I think just because where this has been in the box for such a long time, this upper piece here became creased down, so when he's got his arms down, it looks a little bit muffled. I'm not too worried. You can see a stray thread coming out as well, but other than that, the actual, like, I've got no issues with the jacket, no peeling or anything like that. I don't live in a very humid place, so hopefully I shouldn't have those issues. Spinning around, we'll start off by looking at the head here. Similar to the last, I actually prefer the more damaged sculpt. I don't know what it is, but the paint apps on the slightly more damaged head sculpt look better. They look like they've just been done better. I don't know how to explain it, but that's just what it seems to be for me. It might be the extra damage. They seem to have some extra like scratch marks on this one as well, but also just the wrinkles seem to be a bit more defined on this head sculpt. Even so, this is a really nice piece. Again, you've got the battle damaged bits on the side, you've got some blood work running down, you've got the bullet holes. Oh, look at that. Bullet holes all in the neck, that is gruesome. So cool, so cool. Similar to the other head sculpts, just pop this off. There we are. It does have a rolling eye system. Obviously no light up function here because his eye is still fully intact, but you can see there, rolling eye function. So you can look left, right, and kind of up, down. It is limited. It's not as good as the rolling eyes that we see these days, but yeah, it's a nice addition, and it just clips on nice and easily with a magnet. Obviously you can see a bit of the hairline, which isn't ideal, but when he's displayed, you're not really gonna see that. Right, anyway, in terms of articulation, so he doesn't do too much, so his arms do lift up. Obviously this is the pleather jacket, not a leather jacket, so it does stretch a little bit. He does have, I believe he's got a double, yeah, he's got a double bend in the elbow. The jacket obviously limits this somewhat. The joints in mine are still pretty strong. This one's the loosest, but it's not too bad. He has a single bend on one knee, where it's the metallic bits, but he does have a double bend on the second knee. Not that this is a piece that I'll be posing a huge amount anyway. There we are. Punching to the detail a little bit, let's have a look at the chest. And you can see all the damage work here. Very nicely done. Look at the shininess of that ruined flesh and also the exoskeleton underneath. Really nicely detailed. Love this. T-shirt fabric, nice and stretchy as well. Taking a look at the knee, this is actually probably my favorite part. Again, punching in, you can see all that ruined flesh up the top there. The nice mechanical joint that seems to be working inside this piece as well. Absolutely fantastic. And it's got some very limited range of motion in the ankles, but the boots, nicely done, nicely done. All right, so that is the T-800. Incredible piece, amazing shelf presence. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna get him on a few poses and we're gonna see what you can pull off with him. All right, catch you in a minute. All right, guys, so here we've got pose number one. So this is a bit like he's in Cyberdyne Corp. He's fighting off the police, trying not to kill anyone, despite having his assault rifle raised. So this is quite a nice dynamic pose. He doesn't have the best range of motion. You just want him to really stand there and look imposing, but this is a nice dynamic pose as well. Obviously, with Arnie being a Terminator, he has the physical strength to hold an assault rifle like this. whereas a normal human, probably the kickback would not be ideal. But here we go, this is pose number 1. I'm quite happy with this. I'm debating whether to keep in pose like this. My only concern is the strain it puts on the leather jacket. But overall, yeah, very nice dynamic pose. So now what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna switch into something a bit more museum focused. See you in a sec. All right, so here we have our next pose. He's switched from his assault rifle and he's loading up that grenade launcher, ready to keep fighting. This is almost, if you want, an extension from the first pose, almost like the next part of the scene. This is a nice, easy to pull off pose. Still a bit dynamic, but a bit more museum. Doesn't put as much stress on the jacket here as well. And I just like the look of it, that he's able to look like he's reloading the grenade launcher. It's a nice standout piece, and this is a great pose. What we're actually gonna do now, we're gonna do 2 more poses. We're gonna do one using the T-1000, and then we're going to do one in his final battle damage scene as well. So see you in a sec. Alright, okay, and so here we have these two set up in a bit of a battle. So this is just after the liquid nitrogen scene, where they're fighting in the final area. This is where Arnie goes to punch him in the head, and he does a little quick cool transformation move to kind of convert his head into hands to avoid punching and stuff. It's interesting that they included this because it is such a small, easily missed part of the film. I had to go back and rewatch just to remind myself when exactly this happened. So it's interesting that they've included this. I mean, I'm not going to complain. It's nice, but it is just honestly like 2 seconds in the movie. But it's cool. Again, it's a nice companion piece. Would I display it like this? Probably not. No, probably not. But nonetheless, here it is. Now we're on to our final pose, which will be the fully battle damage pose. Alright, and here's our final pose. So this is our end scene battle damage pose. We've switched his jacket out, he's got his alternate arm piece on, and he is doing the classic thumbs up from that truly heartbreaking scene at the end of Terminator 2. Obviously I don't have a fire pit or a big metal chain to really enact this scene, but really like this pose. I'm pretty sure I might display him like this. He does have his light up eye function on. I decided to pop the batteries in. It's going to be quite hard to see that. Let's see if we can have a look. There you go. You can just about see that lit up eye, and also here you get a good idea of what he'll look like without any extra lighting, and just with the display base on as well. It looks really nice. I wish Hot Toys would actually make more bases like this. But anyway, all in all, this is absolutely stellar figure. I don't think I have really any complaints on it, other than the batteries, as always, are a pain in the arse to fit in. But apart from that, absolutely stellar piece. I'm looking forward to getting more pieces like this. I now have the Alien Warrior and the Terminator. All I really want to collect now is the classic Predator, and then I kind of have my classic 80s movie icons done. So thank you for watching. This is Jim Collects. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video again soon. See you later.